Hey friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. I'm talking about AMC stock. Hit like, subscribe, add notifications, share the video with a friend. Listen up. I have just discovered something big. I do research like all the time, trying to find things to help us, to help our team, to help us fight the reverse split, and to help us fight Adam Aron and the board from stealing our company away from us, is what they're trying to do in conjunction with Antara Capital. They've tried to do a hostile takeover, which I've said many times in many videos, right? So in my previous videos, I kept saying to you friends, who the heck is the depository? Who owns the depository? Because when you read all the SEC documents, you read about APE and you read about that they are preferred equity units, and each unit is a 1/100th representation of one preferred share in the depository. But what's the depository? Who owns the depository, right? And don't act like you know, because I'm going to tell you here shortly. And don't comment below that, oh yeah, I already knew that, because no, you didn't. You're not going to know until I'm about to tell you right now in a few seconds. So hit like, hit subscribe, add notifications, okay, friends? So here we go. I'm going to reveal some major breaking news to you. I've been studying SEC documents, contracts, all kinds of stuff endlessly since August 22nd, and I just found this today. Nobody's talked about it, because I haven't heard about it, and I'm all things AMC all day, all night, every day, okay? So if someone had put this information out, I would have known about it. I'm putting it out here, now, right now. All glory to God. I'm just a tool in God's hands. Okay, friends, so the depository agreement, right? Who the heck are they? What is it? How do they hold the power? How much is in the account? You know, because we all know officially, as of right now, they're not shares, okay, right? So what are they? Well, I've discovered who the depository is, friends. It's going to blow your mind. And I'm going to have another video after this, so hit subscribe right now, because you're going to need to watch the follow-up videos, and you don't want to miss them. So add notifications as well, okay? So the depository, the big mysterious depository, we don't know where they're located. We don't know who they are. They've got so much power. They are Computershare Inc. Yes, you heard me correctly, and I have the proof. Computershare Inc. And I was listening to the live earnings calls, and I was listening to the live vote, and something had caught me strange. I remember when Adam Aron said that he was voting the people that didn't vote. He was going to make them all yes votes from Computershare. I was like, what's this Computershare? What? I've read a lot about Computershare and who they are and what they are, and I've found the paperwork and the legal documents that show they are the depository. And I read Exhibit 4.1 on this paperwork. It says deposit agreement by and among AMC Entertainment Holdings, Inc. as issuer, and Computershare, Inc. and Computershare Trust Company, N.A. jointly as depository, and the holders from time to time of the depository receipts described herein, dated August 4th, 2022. And guess what, friends? The depository is a Delaware corporation. Computershare Inc., a Delaware corporation, Computershare, and its affiliate, Computershare Trust Company, N.A., federally chartered trust company. The trust company, and together with Computershare, jointly known as the depository. Wow, my mind is blown, friends. And if you've been paying attention, your mind's blown too. If you haven't been paying attention, you don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But for those of you that are awake and you've been watching this daily, and you've got money in AMC stock, and you're trying to fight the reverse split, and you're trying to fight corruption, your mind is blown right now. Yes, Computershare is the depository. Go back and read that original SEC documents on preferred stock and APE and creating the APE, and look into who the depository is. You won't know in the SEC documents, but I found it just today. who owns the depository and where they're located. So what do we need, friends? What do we need? We need an audit on the computer share votes. I've got some numbers here, friends, okay? So what did Adam Aaron say about the votes? And this is actually published, what the vote totals are. Now, don't be distracted by the 8 votes, okay? What's really important is the common share votes. They're both important to some degree, but what's really important is the common share votes, okay? So I have the data from AMC, from the AMC vote. And if you take a look at the numbers, 128 million approximately voted yes, according to Adam Aaron, and 51 million approximately voted no. And but if you look at the total shares, there's about 515 million shares in the float approximately. So that's about 35% of the common shares were voted. That's it. And then if you take a little bit of a closer look, they won that vote. Supposedly, they won that vote by approximately 77 million votes. If you subtract the yeses from the nos, 77 million votes they won by. Now, that's a pretty close margin when you're talking big numbers. When you're talking about a float that's 515 million, they only won by 77 million approximately. 77 million. So was that actual shareholders like you and I with the 77 million, or they were computer share votes that were converted into yeses? And how many votes did Adam Aaron and the board get? And how many votes did Antara Capital get? And how many votes did BlackRock get? Because BlackRock owns 20 million shares. And how many votes did Vanguard get? Because they own 10% of the float, and 10% of 515 million is about 51 million votes. Those would be yes. So 51 plus 20, that's 50, 60, 71 right there. We know Adam Aaron owns 2 million. That's 73 million. Antara, how many does Antara own? At least 1 million. From what I saw, that's 74 million. And look at all the other institutions we're not counting. So that makes up the margin of error. That makes up the margin, not of error, but the margin of the yeses. There's only 76,956,000 difference between the yes and the no's. In reality, we won the vote, friends. We won it by a lot, too. It wasn't even close. Because take a look. There's 515 million common shares, okay? And there was only 35% of those were voted. Okay? So that's important for us to understand. And how many shares were not voted? If only 35% of the common shares were voted, how many were not voted? I've got the numbers. 335 million approximately. I don't want to read every single number off. It's a long number. 335 million approximately were not voted. Common shares out of the 515 million. The majority of the votes were not even voted. We need an audit ASAP on the computer share vote. And there's receipts and there's a record. It's in the bylaws. I read the bylaws of computer share. There's receipts for the votes. There has to be. It's in the bylaws. We need the judge to order through a subpoena a forensic audit of the computer share vote. That line I just said is extremely important. We need the judge to order with a subpoena a forensic audit of the computer share vote on the AMC reverse stock split vote. You can see the numbers here below me for the yes votes and for the no votes. Look how small those votes are. There's only 50 million approximately on the no. You know what I mean? Out of 515 million, and on the yes, 128 million. And out of those 128 million, you've got institutions in there. You've got Antara. You've got Vanguard. You've got BlackRock. And these are the hedge funds that need out. They're the ones that need out of their short position. They're the ones that need the 90% of your shares so they can get out of their short positions. That's why they voted yes. That's why in the contracts from Antara, they're mandated to vote yes with their 168 million ape votes. And ape's another story beyond the common shares, but how are you going to put in a contract that they have to be voted yes? It's in the contract. They're in the SEC documents. But the big news of the day, friends, is right here that I found who the depository is. It's ComputerShare. What do you think about it? Comment below. What do you think about it all? Comment below. Hit like, subscribe, add notifications, share the video with a friend. I appreciate you all. Be ready for my next video, okay? Talk to you soon.